takes a different time to dry out, so it takes an expert eye to know when it's set for your tea set. Phil wanted us to let you know that we recycle enough plaster of Paris moulds to fully plaster 50 new homes a year. That's some going. And here's one of our craftsmen with a really hands-on job. Would you believe she's sticking each handle on individually with just liquid slip? She can do about 100 an hour, and she hardly ever sticks them on upside down. Meanwhile, our glaze development team take the desired recipe from design and try to replicate it, but each glaze recipe is like a gourmet sauce. Just the right amount of each ingredient is needed to balance it perfectly. Once it's perfected, the glaze is checked and applied to the pot in various different ways. This is one of our skilled dippers. If it wasn't for him, you'd have a drippy teapot. He's making this part look very easy as he dips each teapot into the bath of glaze. It has to be millimetre perfect or the glaze leaks inside. Our sprayer here is applying the glaze onto a platter. He's probably a dab hand at fake tan too, because what we want to avoid is that streaky look. The rich coloured bands on every plate are quite a labour-intensive process, applied by hand and completely dependent on the skill and care of the paintresses. Patterned elements have to be meticulously applied and carefully positioned onto the mug. The transfer is made up of tiny layers of glaze, which fuse to the mug when fired and form part of the vitreous surface. That's the super tough outer layer that's watertight and gives each piece its incredible strength. And now for the really exciting stuff. To create the fantastic colours and textures that you recognise as Denby, we're preheating the oven to about 2000 degrees Fahrenheit or 1100 degrees centigrade. The temperature in the kiln has to be carefully regulated, otherwise the likes of azure might turn out to be more North Sea grey than Mediterranean blue. Our quality control officers here are checking that each piece of Denby is perfect. To ensure its legendary durability, each new shape is put through our edge chip test and every individual piece is checked by hand. And that ringing noise, well, that's music to our ears and means yet another